Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles and the guidance video this month for September. And I hope that everyone's happy and well wherever you are. We've had a bit of a rough time with all the eclipse energy and different things going on, and each month we're experiencing something a little bit different than the month before, and we're all trying to work things out within ourselves. But we're working with an angel this month called Zuriel, and Zuriel is a teaching angel. So this month is focused around, or a lot around, different knowledge coming in. He works with the throat chakra. The color is blue, this nice blue color. Also works a lot on healing and protection, moving us into that direction that we need to be in, and helping us to gather that information that we need to make decisions about our future as well. I just want to say, if you're listening to this video today, it doesn't matter when this is that you're listening to this, I'm offering half price reading for whoever is listening. If you want one, you just go to my website divinemiracles.com and go to the personal readings and have a look what is available, always email me as well if you need sort of help with something. But I'm offering that for the entire month of September. Or if you're watching this video at any time and you would like to try it out. So I wanted to say that as a gift to everybody out there. But we're working a lot with our gifts, our inner knowledge. We're doing the best that we can to continue to move forward in our life, and we've had all kinds of things going on. And I also want to put out there that I'm writing another book with some channeled messages from the angels. So if there's one question that you really wanted to ask an angel, I'm going to collate all of this information into just an ebook, which is easy to read, and it will have lots of question and answers in there. I thought that was a really important thing too for us all. So lots of things happening with me, and also for everyone else out there too. So let's go over this month, what the energy is bringing us, and I've got some key points for the month, and I'll go over those different things as well with you all. Okay, so as I said, Archangel Zuriel for the month of September. It is an air sign, obviously overseeing Libra as well, and working on the throat chakra. And a lot of people think of the throat chakra perhaps in terms of speaking your truth, which is one way in which the throat chakra works. But this is your area of divine will or the divine plan. And sometimes this gets sort of lost in the wayside because of the belief systems, not only of your own belief systems, but maybe how you were raised and the things that people have said to you. So it's not only about what you're saying, but what people have said to you that may have blocked your progress in the past. So it's really important that we're focusing on clearing away any stagnant energy from here, anything that's blocking us from our divine path and what we really need to be doing in our life. And this may be distractions or feelings of responsibility to other people, or feeling like you can't do this because of this, or feeling like you must do all of this work before you actually get started in something, or a deep sense, like I said, of responsibility to other people, like you're less important. So there may be a whole lot of things here. Also, there may be fears of religious persecution, or what might happen if you pass away and you haven't, done everything that you've been told to do by other people. This all needs to leave us. So we'll work with this angel Zuriel, as well as Gabriel as a messenger angel as well, to help lift any stagnant energy from here, and also from the back, in the back of our neck as well. This is where a lot of energy from people who are sending us bad thoughts, or an accumulation of bad thoughts, builds up in our neck area, and we end up with lower headaches in the lower back part of your head. You might end up with shoulder pain or just like a stiff neck. This is coming from like the weight of other people on your shoulders, which is not always a good thing. Well, it's never a good thing, but it's hard to determine sometimes. You think, oh, I've just got a stiff neck, or I've just got, I've been sleeping a little bit funny or something like that. So always make sure that you're clearing away any energy that's not your own, or any energy that's coming from lower, places that may have accumulated here as well. So I do discuss a lot about intensive healing in different areas of our body, with my intensive healing course, which was a 6-week course and now it's an 8-week course. And this gets right into depth into all of the different problems that you've had and where you want to be in your future as well. And also the mentoring helps you to get where you want to be in your life as well. So maybe something like that would be good for you if you have some deeper issues too. Always there. So here we go. I'm just going to read to you what I've written up. Now this is on my website, and I am a little bit late with this video this month. There's a lot of reasons for that, which I probably won't go into because I'll be talking all day. But anyway, I'm here. So let's read. I'll read to you about this. Okay. So Zuriel is known as God's teacher. Is also known, and happiness brings happiness, knowledge, relief, and celebrations for everyone. This month we're embarking more deeply into our own true path for our happiness and success. So this is not about anybody else's success, this is about you making it on your own. No one is exactly the same, so we should make an effort to really embrace our uniqueness, our own way of doing things, and allow other people to do the same. Zuriel, the mighty teaching angel, will bring more experiences for you this month. And it will be important that you don't see these experiences and burdens or as hardships, but rather you use them to open up more completely to you and your sacred path. We don't wish to repeat things in our life, so we must adopt an attitude that shows us how to change our reactions to situations as they come up. When we change our reaction, we no longer need to experience the same things again. This is such an important part of our inner and outer growth and development. Zuriel is also one of the angels who works with justice in our life, in whatever capacity that is. We also will have enhanced intuition as we move more into the next phase of our soul expansion. So we really need to listen to it without question. If you're unsure whether something you are feeling is a fear or true intuition, ask to be given 3 positive signs that you're on the right track. Now that's one thing that a lot of people ask about. How do I know if it's just me or I'm really getting the intuition? So say, okay, I'm going to ask for 3 signs. If they're positive over what I'm feeling, then that's the answer. If not, then my fears are just, taking over. Okay, so if it is fear that is repeating, time for this to release. Zuriel is a great healing companion as well. So ask him for assistance where there is greater knowledge to attain, which will help you to heal or work with healing as well. I'm all about the healing side of things. A gentle and loving angel of truth and compassion, and also to guide your hand as you walk the next phase of your journey. You truly are never alone. Relationships may also begin to deepen this month, and especially the relationship with yourself. Release any energy that is not bringing you the positivity that you deserve. This may include people who you no longer resonate with or old habits which you just have no need for. Reconciliation for some of you will bring much happiness. Those of you who are grieving, be sure that you'll open your heart to the love and support of the angels, who will bring reasons for you to smile and lead you to greater understanding of the transition process. Okay, so you can work with crystals. Smoky quartz is a good one. Chiastolite, jade, coral, damburite, blue lace agate or blue quartz as well, and any of the quartz family. So you can dedicate that to Zuriel or dedicate it to knowledge, and just speak to your crystal, and it starts to bring that energy. It starts to just radiate that energy. You need to tell your crystal what you want it to do. You might want to work with some essential oils, and cypress, geranium, eucalyptus, rose, lavender and patchouli are good ones to help you to connect not just with Zuriel but with the energies of teaching and healing and knowledge. Okay, so here are the key points for September 2017. Deep wisdom, fast action, calm and quiet reflection, imagination, creation, attunements to knowledge. Okay, so as we're listening, we just be open and accepting to the attunements coming in from the crown, working, Zuriel working with each one of us to switch that on. And you may feel like tingles in the top of your, head as we're talking. Spiritual practices as well. Music and manifestation, and we've got the neighbours next door. That's okay. We'll just ignore the neighbours. Okay. So let's talk about each one of these key points as well as we go along, and then I will give you the channeled message as well. So the deep wisdom and fast action. So we've seen this year so far everything moving quickly, and suddenly we're going to be at Christmas and away we go. Things are moving and happening fast in your life, and Gabriel as well as Zuriel are two angels who, two of the many I guess, that help things to happen quickly. So if you're looking for something to finish or you're wanting something to happen fast in your life, you call on them and you say, I'm really grateful for how quickly you are able to help things move in my life, and I'm going to watch for the positive changes. So all about the way in which we talk, which is really important to how things begin to manifest in our life as well. Calm and quiet reflection. So you're going to find yourself not really wanting to be hanging around too many people, or maybe not new people, or people who rub you the wrong way. You're going to want to have that time out, and that is really good to do that. And it also may be a lesson for you to learn to say no when you need to. That's a bad one for me. I often go, oh yes, that's okay. And really inside of myself, I'm like, I wish I would have said no, because I really have so many other things to do. So that's a big lesson for me as well, not to be so, not putting other people before myself so much. But that may be things that you need to do, like you need to sit and think about why someone's coming up in your mind. Are you having strange dreams about people, in your life? And are different thoughts and feelings coming to the surface? Because sometimes when you're having healing without even realizing it, you're releasing all this, it's coming up, you're wondering what it is, and then it's time to see it like if it's a person or a situation, imagine it in a bubble, and the bubble's just floating away from you, and you're giving thanks for that person, sending it off in love and light. It's a way of detaching. So you need that time of peace and quiet. You also might need to do some writing, because I don't know about you guys, but right at the beginning of the month, I just felt like I was having all of this information, just so many things cramming in my head, and I needed to give myself a chance to sit down and write all those things out, and then I came up with the idea of writing a book with questions and answers from the angels, and just keeping it all channeled. So that's what I'm saying. If you have any questions, if you want something that you want to ask the angels, then, write it all down, or go to my Facebook page and write it on that post. And I'm going to start working through this, because that's really important for us all to just have some sort of clarity and understanding. And if you are getting a lot of cramminess in your mind, it's time to write it all out. Or even if you don't like writing, speak it into your phone or something. And just to get it out, just to get it out, and you'll get a lot more inspiration from that. Okay, using your imagination, because your imagination really starts the manifestation process as well. And part of manifesting things is imagining your life as how you want it, and going right through all the details of things. However, not limiting yourself on how this can happen and, when it will happen or whatever. But just keep on that, imagining those things that you would like to see happen for the benefit of everybody. Sometimes what we would like is not going to benefit someone else. So, sometimes people, for example, say, how can I get this person back in my life? Like, be back in the life of someone romantically. And we can't force that will on anybody else. We can't say, I'm going to imagine myself with that person if that person is not, responding to that. So we have to say instead, I believe, or I imagine myself to be with the perfect person for me, and that leaves you with room. It doesn't, limit you to one thing. I don't know how many times people have wanted someone in their life, and then they get them, and then they wish they didn't have them, or that kind of situation. Or what if we got the person that we were so desperate for so long ago, and then you're stuck with them. So don't limit yourself, okay, to your imagination. Always keep it, this or something better, or keep it bigger than what you can, what you really want, and allow things to start to flow through into your life. I can always tell when something is blocked in the way that I'm thinking, because everything stops. You may not get the abundance that you're looking for, or things will just stop, or doors will close, and that's because the way that I'm thinking has not been imaginative enough, or hasn't been grateful enough, or it hasn't been said in the right way in order to receive. Or perhaps you've just been cutting yourself off as well from receiving too. That's one of the biggest things. Attunements to knowledge. We're getting all these attunements as I'm speaking to you. Okay, so be open to receiving those, and you may start to, like I said, really want to write some things down, or some ideas will come to you and inspirations after this video. Spiritual practices. Okay, so music and manifestation. So spiritual practices, whatever you feel is right for you. Okay, when we're talking about spirituality on the whole, for me, it's a freedom. And if it stops becoming freedom, then I'm going to feel like I'm back in a religious mindset where everything is under order and we must do this and we must do that. So whatever makes you happy, or whatever brings light to you, whether it's the angels, whether it's working with spirit guides, whether it's just having 5 minutes of meditation a day, doing the best that you can, to improve things in your life, you're on a spiritual path. If you're looking for happiness, or you're trying to find yourself in happiness, or you're trying to work on yourself, you're on a spiritual path. If you're feeling fearful, if you're feeling like you must read a certain text or document because someone's told you to, then you are under control. Okay, and that you need to try to work out what makes you so fearful that you feel that you need to follow this direction. So with everything, with Divine Miracles and this channel and everything that I teach, is all about you figuring out what makes you happiness, it brings you happiness, and also you finding your own way to spiritual freedom. Whatever that is for you, there is no judgment, at all. And, it's sad that a lot of people are still in that fearful zone. Even some big people who, have been influential in the spiritual community have suddenly given into the fear and are now, working with religious stuff. And I just feel that we all need to awaken, to what we can do with our mind. Awaken to the way in which that we can, think something and it can manifest into our life, and bring things into our life that bring joy and healing to this world, not constraining everyone and constricting everyone into some kind of order. To me, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me, and it never has. That feeling of being restricted in my beliefs never has sat well with me. So we all have to be comfortable with what we believe in. And, everyone has got some sort of different spin on what they believe in. And that is cool, We are all unique. Everyone who's reaching for the hand of the divine in their life is blessed. Whether that means that you do, go to religion or whatever it is, you're looking for the hand of the divine somewhere in your life. That is a blessing, okay? Whether it's restricting you is another thing. And that's a journey that you may be on, or someone that you know. And all we can do is live by example of what happens in our life when we live the way that we do. If we're always miserable and always upset, then people aren't really going to be interested in changing anything about themselves. We've got to keep on growing and changing and lifting and learning, and that's what this month is all about. Bringing that deeper knowledge, things you've always wanted to know the answer to. You can be open to receiving those answers now. We've also got music and manifestations, and those two kind of go together as well. When you have music around, you can get a lot of healing. You can get a lot of answers through songs. One thing is to, say you're playing some music or something, just say to yourself, okay, now the third song that I hear, that is going to have a message for me in it. So some of the words or whatever. And I often do that when I really want to get a little message, even though I don't need messages anymore. I don't really need to know, because I sort of feel like it's there for me, if I need to ask anything, I sort of feel the answers. But sometimes it's nice when you're feeling blocked or you're feeling a little bit down to get a message, from different songs and having music. And you can manifest things in that way, because while you're listening to music or playing music or having music around you, you tend to just allow yourself to drift a little bit. And when you're in that state of drifting, you're also able to manifest the things that you want, because you're giving your mind a break from stress and you're allowing things to start to happen for you. So we've got a lot of different things happening for us for September, which is really cool. And the message from Zuriel here, I'm just going to read this to you. Every time I read it, I go, oh, I made a mistake there. But anyway, dear ones, with great joy, I'm with you now and always if you ask. You are all doing such a marvelous job with all the strange energies. Up and down you go, trying to ride the wave and navigate your way through some storms, some of which are not even directly related to you, but because of other people. We all know that one, don't we? I am one of the angels that is dedicated to assisting humanity with deeper wisdom and understanding. It's not always easy for you all, and we understand this, and we're so proud of all of you for how far you're coming in your lives. You may not think you've gotten far on your journey, but truly things are happening at higher levels which are washing down over you now. This may cause you to feel tired, achy, or full of information but not know what to do with it. When you feel like you're on overload, it is time to write things down, or at least talk with someone who's on your wavelength and who understands the complexities of the entire spiritual earthly journey. This knowledge may lead you more into the direction of your true soul group, and as you come together, the energy is so intense. Be sure that you don't feel you have to be in company of those who don't make your heart sing. The time for holding yourself back is over. Each one of you are at your own correct place in your journey, so it's time for growth. Allow yourself to be with people who are also focused on growth. And if you don't know anyone like this, ask to be sent people who are at your level. Healing is also occurring on a grander scale, and you're all born healers, and you just need to awaken more to all you can truly do. Take your time and enjoy the journey and changes that begin to take place for you all. It is a very exciting time for you all, and plenty of surprises are in store for you. Be open to receiving, be expectant of good things, release what you know is not right for you, and allow knowledge and changes to flow through you and around you. Blessings and love to all of you. I am Zuriel. Okay, so healing occurring as well on greater levels, and you're all born healers. This is something that we need to awaken to, we need adjustments to. And something that you can also do is just begin to say to the angels, I want healing to activate, so thank you for activating healing in my hands. Thank you for activating healing in my heart. Thank you for activating my true path. Thank you for activating the knowledge. You see that word activation, it's really, really important. And make sure you're also activating the DNA or the shields within you, because the shielding process actually comes from activating this within your DNA, and it makes it even better. It makes it even stronger around you as well. So use that word activation. And you can also use things like deactivate or shut down. So you might want to shut down the negative thoughts or deactivate negative people from affecting me. Use these words and see a little bit of difference start to happen to you. If you want things to change, we don't want to react in the same way that we've always done. And bit by bit, you will start to see how different your life, it just becomes blessed. It just becomes different. You see things in a different way. You start to experience things in a fun way, an exciting way, instead of being going through the drudgery of having to go to work or doing all your jobs and things like that. You'll be like, I wonder what's going to happen today. This is going to be awesome. Something's happening, And I don't believe in letting life, go by without much happening in my own life, I'm always trying to create something else or start something else, or if I'm getting bored in one area, create something over here. And, some people can't keep up with me, like as in people in my life. Maybe it is better that, I just do that on my own, in my own way and on my own perhaps, so that it's sort of not limiting me to what I can really do. And those are decisions that I've come to through deeper wisdom as well, through harsh experiences also, and just having to make decisions in my life for the bigger for the bigger picture kind of thing. And you may be going through that as well, like, what do you really want to do? Do you really want to keep on going around in circles? Do you really want something big to happen? Are you ready for a big change? Are you ready for the greatest love of your life? If you are, then never ever see it as a hard thing to do. Okay, I think that's another thing. People go, yeah, I'd like to do that, but it's difficult, or this or that, or blah blah blah. Let's just put it out there, what we want, and say, this is the path that I really want to do, and it's so easy. Even if you're just saying it, and you don't really believe it, keep on saying it. It's so easy, and anything that gets in my way, that's just going to be taken care of. And the way that things are financially for me at the moment is not always going to be that way. Things are shifting, things are changing. It's going to be easy, I'm going to love the way in which the universe directs me into my life. And if you can keep on talking like this, that's what your life really becomes, full of joy and fun and surprises, because that's what you're expecting. And when we're expecting the boring stuff to keep on happening, and difficulties, and it's going to be all too hard, that keeps happening as well. So it's a matter of choice really here, what where you want to go. And yes, I know some people seem to have it so easy, but you know what, that's what they think as well. They think my life is so easy, and it just keeps on happening, and I am one of them ones that have not had an easy life, and it hasn't been a supportive life with people around me, and a family or anything like that. It's been, here's your spiritual journey, girl, you need to do it alone, because none of us in the family believe in what you're doing, so you go ahead and do it. And there you go. And it doesn't bother me in the least. In the past I used to worry like anybody else does. I really want my family to approve. Now I don't care who approves. It's me that needs to approve. And I think that was a massive lesson in my life. And also something that I may have asked for as part of the divine plan, because I can feel something tickling in my throat now, so I must be getting on to, something clearing here. I'm getting on to something that needs to be said. Perhaps this is resonating with some people out there. So notice that as well when you're talking. If you ever have to cough, or you start losing your voice, that's usually because some sort of stagnant energy is moving, and also that you need to say something important, so watch for those things. But let's embrace Zuriel in our life and work with this angel, talk to this angel, think of the color blue, call them into your life, saying thank you for being with me. I'm so grateful for this experience. I'm looking forward to what knowledge you're going to be bringing into my life. And I just seen the screen go really white, so that's cool. You're being grateful, you're being accepting, you're doing the best that you can, and that is all that's ever expected of you. Don't feel like you need to conform to someone else's viewpoints or what they're doing. Find your own way forward. Find what resonates with you. Read a whole lot of information and take what you feel resonates with you. And that is always going to be your truth. And your life will start to unfold in amazing ways. Just remember, I am there to help you. I'm there to answer questions. I'm there if you need support with anything going on. And if you're listening to this video, you can get a half price reading as well. Or you can always make a donation just to have a healing, or just to have an attunement. That's always available. Or if you only have one question, make a little donation. I don't mind. Most of the time I'll give you a free, one question for free. But, if as an energy exchange, just make a donation. You don't have to pay a fortune to get a reading. Do you know what I mean? You just need to put it out there and ask, and you will receive. Okay, so thank you for listening. Hope you'll be following me on my social media at Divine Miracles, just to see what's happening, to give you inspiration, to help you to understand things perhaps, and then on you go on to something else. That's awesome. I like to see myself as a stepping stone on your spiritual path, where, you know, I'm waving at you as you move on to the next part of your life, which is awesome. So thank you all for listening, and I really hope that you have an awesome September and some amazing surprises happen for you. And if you do have a question you'd like to, you know, add to the book about the angels, then please leave a comment or go to my Facebook page and leave a comment there under the post, and I'll collect it all together and start writing. So there we go. So until the next time, wishing you every happiness and many, many blessings, and goodbye for now. Bye.